Usually the patrons are government officials, kings, dukes, princes, et al. Characteristics of Renaissance art. Renaissance art, both northern and southern, is much more realist than any art had been previously. Different stages, different amounts. So Gothic art, whether it's northern or southern, never would have had much emotion ever shown on anything. You do actually see some emotion here. This particular scene is Adam and Eve being thrown out of the Garden of Eden, the angel blocking the door, and of course they're all weepy and sad and stuff. So I don't know if this particular piece of art is the first nude since classical time, or if it's just you start seeing nude art for the first time since ancient Greek and Roman, but it starts coming up here. Next is perspective. Perspective is a method of demonstrating depth in artwork. If we had a lot more time, I'd start doing a couple drawings for you guys to show you 1-point and 2-point perspective. But so this particular piece is the Trinity. You have God the Father holding up the cross, Jesus the Son hanging on the cross, and then the necktie of God is the Holy Spirit descending on Jesus as a dove. If you look at this particular piece, perspective has what's called vanishing lines. Okay? So if you notice, each of these lines that's here on this ceiling, they all go to a point, which is right about here. It's right at the foot of the cross. So if you were to walk up and take a look at this, your eye is drawn to this point. You orient yourself with this point because that's the vanishing point. And so you look at this, you are looking up at this vault behind where Jesus and God are in this painting. Perspective really hadn't been used prior to 1400-ish. There are a couple other pieces contemporary where people start tinkering with perspective just a little bit, but this is a new scientific discovery in terms of optics that has a huge impact on how people look at images. Okay, next one, classicism. In the Italian Renaissance, not the Northern Renaissance. I need to make sure you guys understand this. In the Italian Renaissance, and well, really not in the Northern Renaissance, not that much, there is a profound Greco-Roman influence in the artwork. So, humanism in the Italian Renaissance, we copy everything, including ancient Greek and Roman art. Humanism in the Northern Renaissance, you're not really copying ancient Greek and Roman art, you're just seeking out all kinds of learning, and especially trying to restore ancient biblical texts and things. Okay, so Greco-Roman influence. Art is overwhelmingly secular. Influence of humanism, big push for individualism, symmetry and balance, and things like that. Next is an emphasis on individualism. So you get a lot of portraiture coming out of both the Northern and Southern Renaissance. Whether it's Isabel Diaz, this First Lady of the Renaissance, or just other random people. And again, in the North, you see this a lot as well. Geometrical arrangement of figures. In Renaissance art, the figures are staged. Recognize that they are staged. They are put on the canvas or on the fresco in a certain place for a reason. They're not just haphazardly thrown in. So Da Vinci, you've got shadowing and softening of edges, and so if you've ever done drawings, if you figure out how to draw with a pencil and then you figure out how to shade, your artwork is going to become a lot more realistic because look at my face right now. I probably have a lot more light over on this side. I have a lot more shadow over here. As a result, I look more realistic. It's just the way it looks. It's actually looking that way. celebrities. We've already talked about this, but this is Giorgio Vasari with his Lives of the Most Excellent Painters, Sculptors, and Architects. Who was paying Vasari's way? It was the Medici. Remember, he is the Medici. He was the guy that organized the Medici offices, the Uffizi. He produces this work funded by the Medici, where his basic thesis is look at all the great art that all these artists have produced. We are truly living in a new age, in a new time. We are witnessing the rebirth, i.e. Renaissance or Rinascimento. We are witnessing the Renaissance, and so we've all believed him ever since, never mind the fact that he was talking about how awesome all these Medici-funded artists were. By the way, just a reminder, this PowerPoint is online, so on the hyperlink page. We don't really need to spend much time at all dealing with Florence. Remember Brunelleschi commissioned to build the Cathedral Dome. He copies the ancient Roman Pantheon, and so by copying the ancient Roman Pantheon, by going back to ancient learning, this is a great example again of humanism. Okay, The Ideal City by Francesca.